Good day. Allow me to present a research paper titled Thinking Disposition in the Pandemic and Distance Learning Era, the critical thinking attitude of 11th grade students of STI College Global City. I am your presenter, Carlo Cortez. To start with, the basic education exit assessment revealed that the outgoing grade 12 students in the year 2019 scored way beyond the target in percentage score, which is 75.0. That is in terms of their critical thinking skills, as well as their overall subjects such as science, philosophy, language, social studies, as well as the mathematics. The causes of this can be attributed to insufficient exercises for mathematical concepts, as well as low level of critical thinking disposition, motivation, time management, as well as an inability to embrace critical thinking. It was mentioned that to educate critical thinkers, the skills and the disposition necessary for the development of such should be combined. And this position is regarded to be the attitude towards critical thinking or the critical thinking attitude or CTA, in which the tendency to think critically is assessed by one's assertion on fair judgment, reflecting on alternative reasoning and commitment to valuable tasks. Given the concern, teaching and learning approach were introduced by various researchers to different types of students and different levels of students as well, in order to improve the CTA or the critical thinking attitude of the student, such as flipped learning, argumentation, problem-based learning, blended learning, and as well as the environment-based learning approach. In addition to that, various studies tried to develop a CTA instrument that aimed to measure the tendency of the students to develop critical thinking, such as CTDI or the California Critical Thinking Disposition Inventory, which was included in the commercialized scales developed by Peter Passione and his colleagues. And the others serve as alternative commercialized scales. So research on measuring CTA can vary as well as the scenarios where it will be implemented. In this study, the researcher described the CTA or the critical thinking attitude of the grade 11 students and tried to predict the student's tendency using the gathered demographic variable. To achieve this, the following research questions were used as guide. The first one, what is the overall critical thinking attitude of the participant? Next, is there a significant difference in the perceived critical thinking attitude of the participants? Third, is the critical thinking attitude of the participants dependent to their parental or the parents' educational attainment, as well as the combined monthly income of the parents? And lastly, is critical thinking attitude predictive in terms of sex and educational institution the participants attended during junior high school? The sample of the study were chosen purposely, which includes 182 11th grade students from a private school. The participants were under a full online modality with a functioning learning management system. The research is descriptive by design, that is comparative and predictive in nature. Prior to the implementation of the study, among the participants, the consent of the school and the participants were solicited. Moreover, the participants under the age of 18 were asked to accomplish a consent form included in the questionnaire, which is in the form of Google form, with an attached ID of parents as proof of consent. So the research used as instrument what we call CTAI, or the Critical Thinking Attitude Instrument, developed by Lu 2019, which is rated using a 5-point Likert scale and demonstrated two constructs named situational and universal attitude, or that is SA and UA. The Cronbach alpha of the two factors were acceptable and poor respectively. Through confirmatory factor analysis, there were items that are removed, demonstrating a factor loading of 0.4, raising the reliability of SA and UA at good and acceptable level respectively. This leaves a surviving reliable 12 items for the instrument and to be used by the study. So as a result, the result indicated that the mean critical thinking attitude of the students or the participants were, when grouped according to their parents' situational attainment, failed to establish significant differences. However, the group showed acceptable level of CTA aside from the high school and college undergraduate group that showed neutrality in the perceived CTA. Similarly, participants, when grouped according to their strand, also failed to establish differences on their mean CTA. Moreover, three strands demonstrated mean CTA reflecting doubt on their perceived attitude towards critical thinking, which are PCT, culinary arts, and the TOP or tourism operations. The same results were seen for the groups according to sex and school attended in junior high school. However, males and females, as well as the private and public school group, demonstrated an acceptable level of critical thinking attitude. On the other hand, the participants, when grouped according to their parents' combined income, have shown significance in the difference among the mean CTA. Meanwhile, only the group with parents earning below 10,000 pesos showed the lowest mean CTA, showing an unacceptable level. Using a post hoc test, it revealed that the group with parents with combined income of 10,000 to 19,999, and the group with parents below earning below 10,000, which combined with at 42% of the total sample, were to significantly demonstrate the difference among the mean CTA. Moreover, the overall CTA of the participants reflects that the participants, on average, agreed that they manifest good CTA. Additionally, the chi-square test revealed that CTA, or the critical thinking attitude, is dependent on the parents' educational attainment. Correspondence analysis revealed a perceptual map that shows majority of the participants are from fair to good on CTA, and provides the idea as well that fair to good CTA depends on participants' parents having at least high school level of education. And we have here lastly, the regression model revealed that sex and attended institution in junior high school failed to predict CTA, or the critical thinking attitude of the participants, demonstrating not significant changes per unit CTA. To conclude, the literature suggests that stronger disposition can develop skills appropriate for critical thinking, as well as cultural differences may play a big role in the development of CTA. Moreover, revisiting the No Child is Left Behind policy must be given an emphasis to address the underserved students or underserved students in terms of socioeconomic status. However, the study did not include teachers' methodology in teaching as variable of concern in improving CTA. It is therefore recommended to perform a quasi-experimental study using a teaching approach that will improve CTA. Likewise, to perform another survey study to a larger population in varying grade level using a newly developed instrument for CTA in a specific discipline. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much for listening.